All right, well, something big is happening with warmonger John Bolton. The FBI seems to know that something big is coming, or else they wouldn't have raided his house at 6 a.m. last week. But now, of all people, Democrats are freaking out, saying that this is lawfare. They are defending on MSNBC John Bolton, Death Eater, who has, instigated coups abroad and admitted it, left nothing but death and destruction in its wake. The FBI is alleging, we think, because we haven't seen documents yet, that Bolton used a private server to handle classified documents, which is interesting. Ever heard of this lady? But okay. This, of course, means that a judge had to approve the raid, which means the FBI was able to make their case that there was something there to see and that the element of surprise was necessary. So now Democrats are saying this is lawfare because they raided Trump, because they raided Trump associates and Trump allies. Here we go. This is lawfare. We told you. Where were they in the Biden years, I wonder? Joining us to discuss is Lionel from the Lionel Nation YouTube channel. Lionel, first of all, we have a very important question. How does it feel to get a happy birthday from everyone here at Redacted?
Happy birthday.
Oh, my gosh. Honored beyond belief. Thank you for that encomium, that paean. And I understand
You're
there's something
welcome.
about that this particular month and other birthdays, from what I understand as well. But
Virgos unite. Mine's in 2 days. That's right.
Indeed.
I knew there was something I liked about you.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Happy birthday, Lionel. Great to see you.
Thank you,
Great to
sir.
see you. So,
Thank you.
I think something big is happening with Bolton. When you have all the stars aligning here, when you have MSNBC and the Democrats aligning to protect John Bolton, Yosemite Sam, I want to get my two shooters because something's going on here. What do you think?
Well, I think something is going on, and I hope that there's something substantial, and I hope it's not just them taking this patellar reflex where they necessarily just think that whatever it is, whatever the particular move, they just react in a kind of a strange way where they just automatically act in support. It was funny. There was a segment I saw. It was somebody from CNN or something who said before that with the Mar-a-Lago raid, they said, well, this is obviously something. There has to be something there. And for a judge to, by the way, when a judge issues a search warrant, it means basically there's probable cause to find something, which basically translates into he probably did it. It doesn't really mean much. But they went from that to this is lawfare. So I would hope they follow through with it, because let me tell you something. In 200 and whatever days of the Trump administration, we've seen nothing. The only arrests we've seen were a couple of judges at the state court level who maybe helped out regarding ICE raids. So I hope there's something to it. He deserves his day in court. He deserves due process. But this fellow has basically slithered between the lines for so many years. I hope something ultimately happens to him. And I cannot believe the double standard. And by the way, there is lawfare, and you're seeing it also not necessarily just in this, but in defamation and others. This is going to be the year and the era of the courts. Defamation in particular is going to be the way that people get rid of their enemies, not necessarily at the political level, but even at the internecine social media level. So let us wait and see, indeed.
So you think that John Bolton's going to start coming after people for defamation, and that's how a lot of this stuff will be quieted down?
No, I'm saying that in addition to this, there's lawfare. I hope the Trump administration uses some form of lawfare. I said, but in addition to this, you're going to be seeing loads of lawfare lawsuits between, Candace Owens, and you've got Laura Loomer and others, and defamation is going to be the new. This is going to be the era of defamation and libel. So get ready for seeing not only criminal cases, civil cases, lawfare aplenty, sometimes well applied and others misdirected. So this is the era. But I think
it's undeniable that we saw lawfare against President Trump during the Biden years. And it feels like that DOJ was a bit trigger happy. They pulled the trigger on everybody, indicted everybody, right? They were taking everything to court. It feels like the Trump administration is the opposite. And I guess we want a government that is careful, but is it too much to ask that? I mean, we saw a little girl get in trouble in high school for pushing someone with an IDF shirt, but no one for Epstein, no indictments for any child, nothing. Why?
Well, this has been, very frankly, I mean, I have a great feelings of respect for the president and for this administration, but they have been absolutely pathetic. And what Pam Bondi started with the whole notion, just going, you mentioned Virginia Giuffre and Epstein and others as well. That started off with this incomprehensible nonsense regarding lists, files, documents, logs, black books, all these different ways of saying nothing. We've yet to see. By the way, Epstein is dead. That has been killed. You'll never see anything happen. Nothing will ever come of that. Zero. That was so poorly handled, so horribly. Do you know, going back to Virginia Giuffre, and I'm glad you mentioned this, we still don't know definitively what happened to her. They're talking about, let me use YouTube parlance, perhaps self-harm, but do we know that for sure? Have we seen anybody, has there been anybody looking at toxicology reports, pathology reports, police reports? Do we know anything about this? Absolutely not. So this is, I mean, I don't even want to get straight. This case stinks. She is the linchpin, and yet we have forgotten. You know, Gore Vidal said we're the United States of amnesia, and it's true. We have the attention span of a gnat. 1 minute we talk about them, and then they're gone. So sad to. I hope that we have the same amount of attention that we have for her and her case and her demise as we do for Cracker Barrel and, you know, Taylor Swift and all this other kind of nonsense, which is of no importance whatsoever.
Do you ever wonder why your brain feels foggy, even if you're eating clean and you're exercising on a regular basis? Well, it could have nothing to do with any of that. It actually could have everything to do with parasites. Yes, exactly. Groundbreaking research from Dr. Alan McDonald has revealed a direct link between chronic parasitic infections and neurological diseases like multiple sclerosis, which is unbelievable. Parasites can cause inflammation, nerve damage, long-term cognitive decline. More reason to do a full body cleanse at least once a year to get rid of those parasites. And our friends at the Wellness Company have a solution for you. Ivermectin and Menbenzidol, the gold standard parasite solution, now combined in one cleanse combo designed to eliminate harmful invaders and support your immune system naturally. They're medical grade, not some trendy herbal gimmick. Fill out just a quick intake form and you'll get a 3-month supply shipped straight to your door. Maha is officially here, and the Wellness Company is making those hard-to-get medications that you can't find online. They're making it easy to actually get them digitally accessible to you so you can live your best life. So head over to twc.health/redacted. Use the code redacted to save $60 off plus free shipping. Again, go to twc.health/redacted. Use the code redacted to save $60 off plus free shipping. Cleanse your body today. Can I go back to, I want to talk about Bolton a little bit more here because just really interesting nuggets are now emerging about this guy. I mean, I've always thought he was sleazy. Every time I interviewed him, I thought he was sleazy. When he ran for president, I thought that this is laughable. This sleazeball, this warmonger is going to be elected president. And so what do you make of the raid specifically, and what do you think that they're working on? And maybe you can just take us through the legal machinations now that are unfolding for him behind the scenes.
Well, from a prosecutorial point of view, I wish there was something more substantive other than improper access to files. Whether you used it doesn't have a sting. You know what I mean? Right. It just doesn't. Yeah. You know, you had the wrong server.
That's why I smell something bigger, Lionel. I smell something bigger going on here, and my sources are telling me that there is something bigger here. So I'm just kind of. I don't know what it is.
Well, I mean, this might be. I would hope. Listen. This is what I would love to have happen. I would love to have. And by the way, he's more than just a warmonger, because a warmonger is the prototypical neocon. War profiteer. He is somebody who has this strange idea of doing everything and anything to place our troops in harm's way, our resources, our military, our treasury, selectively. But I'm thinking, wait a minute, why don't you go fight? I mean, I love these people who are really bellicose when it comes to taking our men and women and dedicating them elsewhere. But what I hope would happen was this would be almost the fruit of the poisonous tree. They do this, they have the search warrant, they find out what happens, and then later on, other things emerge. But I hope he isn't his denouement, so to speak, the valedictory of his service is not going to be you held you held information incorrectly. Remember, there was a CIA head one time who took a file home, and I mean that doesn't sting. I want to see something similar to what they put President Trump through. But here's the bottom line. I want to see things like conspiracy to collude, conspiracy to hide, conspiracy to conceal. That's what I want. Obstruction of justice. I don't want you just having this file. I want you working with other people, him telling people, don't tell anybody, hide this, cover for me. That would be something a little bit more merit worthy. But we'll see with this. But another thing too, please tell Tulsi Gabbard and everybody else to shut up. Stop going on Fox News. Stop announcing what you're going to do. If you have something about either Russiagate or whatever, just keep it to yourself. Do me just a favor. Just arrest somebody. Friends, let me ask you this. Can you imagine one day where you're doing your thing, and all of a sudden it says breaking news, live from Chappaqua, New York. Hillary Clinton has just been taken into federal custody. You see a drone fly over. She's taken into an SUV. She's handcuffed. She's taken to the Southern District of New York in Lower Manhattan. She's booked and mugshotted and said, the world would come to a screeching halt. The left would have a cataclysmic conniption. They would be frozen. It would be finally something happening. Just do it. But make sure you give it the same coverage that you gave Roger Stone with his 4 a.m. ninja arrests. Yeah. Make sure you cover every aspect of this. And then have another series of these, including Comey and Brennan and others, and keep going. And at least maybe find out who was responsible behind the scenes regarding the attempt on the president's life. Find out where do these go? Where do these investigations go? This case stunk to high heaven. Where our side, if I can be so bold, seems to take the information. We work all of the momentum. We work all of the heft out on Fox News. We get completely tired of the subject, and we move on to something else, maybe flag burning or Cracker Barrel or Taylor Swift. We use up all of our energy, all of our resources on TV, or we go online, or we have memes, or we laugh, or Greg Gutfeld says something. I mean it. That is, Fox News has become our grand jury. That's our court. Say, no, stop it. Stop doing all of this as political theater and actually prosecute somebody. You can do it. They're great inspiration. And there's enough white hats in the Department of Justice, a lot of holdovers who would tell you precisely here's how you do it. But I don't think Pam Bondi and all these other folks have this ruthlessness in them to really go after. They went after the president. They impeached him twice. They were going to go after him for the emoluments clause. They went after him and his wife and Melania's underwear in Mar-a-Lago. I mean, nothing stopped them. We just had the case sort of thrown out. This is the $500 million verdict, which wasn't reversed. It was just kind of modified. He has been hit left and right, and you would think this president would be just seething in, for lack of a better word, revenge and retribution. I'm going to get back, and nothing. I don't understand what it takes. I don't take Bobby Kennedy. We went from Mr. Anti-Vaxxer to worried about Fruit Loops. It's like, what is going on here? We go from this ferocious, this is why I voted him in, and we have Pete Hegseth and Bobby doing pull-ups. It's like, what are we doing? What, monkey bars next? We're turning in the Rose Garden into a food court?
Well, Alex Jones just posted earlier today. He said, you're going to all apologize to me when I tell you that tons of indictments are on their way. You're going to all apologize. And I don't know that anyone needs to apologize, but I feel like you. Like, we've been waiting for these indictments. We've been waiting for this movement. We've been waiting for this action. I want helicopters over Chappaqua, and I want Hillary Clinton in
We don't want lawfare. We want equal justice under the law.